What's going on, ladies and gentlemen? How y'all doing? Be back up in here with another one. Now, I don't want to waste too much time with this. I want to get straight into it because I was just doing the research. So, I just want to tie it all together, correlate it, as we always say. Stuff that's in plain sight. So, who you seeing right now? Cam Newton. Now, I don't know if y'all been keeping up with the Cam Newton news, but Cam was once on the opposite spectrum of kind of wanting to do his research more before he get the jab. You know what I'm saying? So he was kind of like, it was kind of painting him as like the Melo of the NFL. Even in the comments, they were saying that, oh, he's about to be the Melo of the NFL. Basically, having to sit out. How they make an example of you. And then they want to test to see like your drive and stuff like that. That's another thing. I'm gonna do a Melo video. How he had to get his name thrown in the mud, but he persevered through that. And you can see what type of character he has. But that's another subject. Let's stay on the subject of this. But Cam recently had got the jab, bro. He got the jab. He was saying how he wasn't gonna get it. He was kind of like not anti-jab, but he was just kind of like on the spectrum, like I was saying, like doing more research. He was just like feeling like he was like kind of like what Kyrie is right now. He was in that position, and instead of standing with Kyrie and the top leaders, this shit would have been headlines. You got the NFL over here. You got Cam Newton, the superstar for who he is. He could have took that stand to represent for the people that feel the same way. But you know what he did? He fucking sold out, and as you see right here, he's throwing up devil horns. So he did this to get his name back prevalent back in the NFL because he don't want to sit on the sideline, lose that job, lose that Superman momentum that he built. You know what I'm saying? And he took a step in his career, but that's another thing. But let's get into the videos and things like that.
With that, number one, hell yeah, I want to still play football. I got the vaccination.
He got the vaccination. You feel me? Throwing up the devil horns right after he said that. That's the confirmation right there. So it makes it deep because he just shows you throwing up the confirmation. You know what I'm saying? Like, you know how these people would be like J. Cole, they'd be like anti, like, you know what I'm saying? Like the individuals that try to like represent for the communities, the voiceless and stuff like that. And then you do something like this. So it's kind of messing with the people's heads. You know what I'm saying? Like you got to read between the lines with that. And even look at the hand symbolism, like what he doing right there. You know what I'm saying? It is kind of like, damn, Cam, you folded under pressure. Cam straight folded. You folded like you got hit. Like it's you feel me? It was a quarterback sneak. But that motherfucker got sacked. He got sacked, so you straight folded. You know what I'm saying? It's crazy. But let's even get to this right here, though.
So those are the reasons why this is happening.
In hindsight, I wonder if the NFL wishes it had pushed harder to get a vaccine mandate for players. I think if those negotiations were happening under the current climate with full FDA approval for the Pfizer vaccine, it may have been easier. And there's been a skirmish between the league and the union as to whether or not the league wanted mandates. The league says it did. The union says it didn't. The reality is this. The league knows the union was never going to agree to it for fear of the kind of uprising from a very small percentage of players that could have toppled D. Smith, the NFLPA executive director. But on top of that, whatever it was going to take by way of a concession at the bargaining table, because that's how it would have happened, the league wasn't going to make any concession. The league wasn't going to give the union something else it wanted to get a mandate. So they came up with this system that was aimed at cajoling the players into doing it, creating all these benefits for doing it and detriments for not doing it. And I think they're exasperated that they didn't get 100% voluntary choice by creating a situation where it's a no-brainer.
Look, hold on, I'm gonna let him finish.
You do it, and you still have about 7% right now of players across the league who haven't done it.
So he's pushing it. He's just like a Stephen A. for the NFL. You know what I'm saying? He's pushing it, and he's saying it was like benefits and stuff that came with it. Man, bro, they were offering people, civilians, boxes of donuts just to get a vaccination, bro. Like what type of? That's how you know it's kind of like. It's like they're not playing fair. Like, even in neighborhoods, like apartment complexes, bro, they pulling up with the stands. Hey, get your free shot. It's kind of like the flu shot. Now, you know what this is, bro. Like, hold on. Let's get to more stuff, bro. Because we're going to just get it out of the horse's mouth. Like, these motherfuckers is the horses. They speaking the shit. I'm just carrying on the message.
The side effects about achiness,
Listen
pain,
to this guy.
body aches, being nauseous, or whatever. And even talking to the doctor, he said himself, it's like, we basically insert you COVID.
So did y'all hear that? But let's rewind it, bro. Let's rewind it. This is out of Cam Newton's mouth. The Cam that was on the opposite spectrum, sitting there like, I don't know if I should get this. You was the Kyrie of the NFL, bro. You let these people play with you in the comments talking about you gonna be the Melo of the NFL, and that's an insult to Melo. Cause look, we see what Melo had to go through. Melo was sitting out. They act like Melo wasn't a great all-time scorer, like he didn't have the motherfucking perfect jump shot formation, splashing it, the mid-range manifesto. Like, you know what I'm saying? Come on, bro. You know, that's another subject. But like, basically, this guy basically folded under the pressure. This guy folded under the pressure, bro, to get your job back in the NFL. A lot of people lost their job for this. So you was the voice for those people that lost their jobs and stuff like that. You know what I'm saying? People that had their whole life shifted because of this. You know what I'm saying? Me as an individual as well. Like, you know, shifts in your life that you go through because of this right here. So for you to be kind of a voice for that, and then you flip-flop like this, it just shows that you was with the nonsense. You know what I'm saying? You wanted to capitalize. Hence what the guy said. It was a lot of bonuses for people that was doing stuff like this. Yeah, the Cam got a goddamn interview special on the shit. They talking about it. It makes headlines when you actually comply as opposed to not. And let's get back to Stephen A.
You hear the side effects about achiness, pain, body aches, being nauseous, or whatever. And even talking to the doctor, he said himself, it's like, we basically insert you COVID. Not in all cases, but to a degree, you're being injected with the antibodies to have your body be able to fight the conditions of COVID.
You see how he tried to clean that up? Let's get on to this real quick, though. Let's get on to this. Stephen A.
Sad to hear.
Coon Stephen A. We had a legendary basketball player, Stephon Marbury, speak on this. Now, shout out to Stephon Marbury, because, you know, he's a legend in China. You know what I'm saying? He had the Marbury shoes. He still has the Marbury shoes. You know what I'm saying? Make them just cheap, just like the Shaqs. A lot of people can clown those, but that's something that's actually can be looked on as on some real shit in the black communities. Motherfuckers be like, oh, you ain't got the J's on your feet? You a bum, you feel me? But you spend your whole goddamn everything on them J's. And meanwhile, they ain't talk about motherfuckers that getting killed over the J's and all that stuff. But you know what I'm saying? That's like, bro, you know the plans that was in the black communities as opposed to the people that actually wanted to help it. The people that didn't give a damn to the people that actually cared. You know what I'm saying? But let's get back into it. We has his thoughts on
Stephen A.
this.
Smith talk about Kyrie Irving, the way how he's talking about him, calling him selfish. This man has done so much stuff for human beings and giving back and trying to help so many different people, all different cultures, not just black people. This is what happens when you have people like this guy who's animated, not realistic about what it is that he speaks and talks about. He played a little bit of basketball, but come on, serious? You letting this guy talk to you about sports? This guy never got hit in a football game. He never swung a bat, and this is the person who they have speaking and talking about what's going on in sports. Man, y'all need to defund his voice.
That's it.
Choice for you was best. You know, everybody has their own family. Everybody has their own tribe. You know.
So this is a correlation because Cam could have been taking a stand just like Kyrie Irving, bro. And shout out to Kyrie Irving. A lot of people will be like, oh, he did this in Cleveland. This is beyond basketball. This ain't about no just basketball. This is about your life, bro. So people are making it personal, like a personal type. That's why, like Stephen A., I can't respect that. Because, you know, we know what happened when he was on Cleveland. I was a fan of the team when he was over there. How he left, how he sat out and all that. I'm like, all right, I understand that. You know, like it's one thing to call a person selfish for stuff like that. But then for something like this, it's not selfish because it's his life. What are you talking about? He's selfish if it's his life. And it's a vaccination for him. So, you know what I'm saying? Like, you can see with some people just cooned out.
Everybody has their own issues or traumas that they're dealing with, trying to heal from. And I'm just trying to support as best I can. You know, I'm a hooper. You know, I've been a hooper since I was, you know, down there 4 years old. And, you know, coming into the NBA, I just had a dream to play ball at a high level. You know, I didn't anticipate all this coming with it. But if I am going to be responsible for my own life, then I got to speak on things that truly matter to me. You know, I had to stop running away from using my voice and using my platform to, you know, speak on what's true and what's mine. You know, nobody's going to hijack my voice. nobody's going to take the power away from me that I have for speaking on these things, you know, and don't believe that I'm retiring. Don't believe that, you know, I'm going to give up this game for a vaccine mandate or staying unvaccinated. Don't believe any of that shit, man. Like really be aware of what's being said before I even get a chance to be on the podium and speak for myself.
Let's pause it right there. Exactly. Be aware of what's being said, what is being talked about before he even spoke to it. You see how the media was throwing his name through the mud. Oh, Kyrie Kyrie, you know, he might retire. When did Kyrie say he's gonna retire? Now we know the type of player Kyrie is. Why would Kyrie want to retire? If he's in his prime, you know, arguably, he's still doing his thing on the court, bro. Niggas talking about, oh, he's gonna retire. He might not play this year. Oh, he left James Harden hanging. He left KD hanging. KD left goddamn Westbrook hanging when he went to the damn Warriors when it was down 3-1. Let's not forget that. A lot of people forgot that. So you talking about, oh, he left them hanging. Man, whatever, bro. Stop playing. You know this how this is a business. It's a business. But beyond the business, this is his personal life. Stop playing.
You know what I'm saying? Like, all these people saying all these things about what's going on with me, and it's just not true. Pay attention to what's going on out in the real world. You know, people are losing their jobs to these mandates.
Exactly.
People are having to make choices with their own lives, which I respect.
For that,
you know, and I don't want to sit here and play on people's emotions either. Just use logic. You know, what would you do? You know, if you felt uncomfortable going into the season when you were promised that you would have exemptions or that you didn't have to be forced to get the vaccine. You know, this wasn't an issue before the season started. This wasn't something that I foresaw coming, where I prepared for it. And, you know, I had a chance to strategize on what was going to be best for me and my family. I came into the season thinking that I was just going to be able to play ball, you know, be able to use my talent to continue to, you know, inspire, influence people in the right way. You know, like putting this on me is just like, why are you putting it on me? You know, like this is not part of, you know, what's going on in conversations with scientists, physicians, and doctors. I'm just a hooper, right? Like I'm just a person who's.
They're putting it on him because he already made headlines for him being a thinker. You know what I'm saying? Him thinking, him reacting. A lot of us do that, but the only difference is we ain't on the damn camera. You know what I'm saying? You see, it's easily how the people throw you under the bus and stuff like that, or just put you in the headlines. When this guy's a great player, so it's like it gotta be something to throw his name under the mud, right? Because Kyrie got a little controversy with the media. You know, we had other people that was like that too. Marshawn Lynch, we had who else? KD was getting into it with them, but they don't talk about that. They're just throwing his name under the bus. Who else was just on this joint? Bradley Beal. Didn't Bradley Beal say he was I don't know about getting vaccinated. I seen him on the damn court. Why the hell is Kyrie not on the court? You know what I'm saying? But you see, because his name was already in the controversy. We seen the Cleveland thing with LeBron. LeBron, that's a stain on his, you know what I'm saying, his name already, because he left LeBron hanging. That's the narrative. And then you got, what else? You got Boston. That didn't go well. All for that decision right there. You know what I'm saying? So we seen Kyrie get thrown under the bus and stuff.
Being utilized as an example. For some odd reason, you know, people love to have my name in the mix of just some BS. Like, just hearing the way people speak with so much conviction about what I should be doing with my life and what, you know, my teammates should be feeling about me, what the organization be feeling about me. And to be honest with you, if you really know me, I mean, and you see what I do out there, I put in a lot of time into my craft. You know, I'm not sitting here to give y'all information, give y'all a whole bunch of, you know, my wisdom beyond my years and knowledge. Nah, I'm just here to stay real. I'm always going to stay true to me, and that's me. You know, this is my life. I get to do whatever I want with this. This is one body that I get here, one God body that I get here. And you telling me what to do with my body, and it has nothing to do with the organization. I'm going to put that out there. It has nothing to do with the Nets. It has nothing to do with my teammates. This has everything to do with what's going on in our world. And I'm being grouped in to something that's bigger than just a game of basketball. And, you know, you got that fandom, you know, which is like a religion to people out here. Basketball is like a religion. Entertainment is like a religion to people. They like get so caught up emotionally. It's just like, yo, effing get vaccinated or just leave. You know, we angry.
And that's where it's a problem. You know what I'm saying? That's why, I wanted to put the whole thing with Kyrie was talking, because that was really, really real. Respect to Kyrie. Now let's hit this coon real
I'm
quick.
not going to go off about Stephon Marbury.
We're going to end it right here.
We give our opinions every day. Stephon Marbury is a brother out of Brooklyn, New York, who could ball. I covered him in Lincoln High School.
Now, anybody that knows and watched Stephen A., we know that he's a character. We know that he's animated. We know that everything that Stephon Marbury was not lying. Hence why Stephen A. started it off just like that, gave him his respect. But you notice his animation. You know what I'm saying? You know Stephen A. You know this cool motherfucker.
His wonderful parents as well. I'm not going to insult Stephon Marbury. I will say Stephon Marbury has had a problem with me since 2009 because we thought he was a bit bizarre when he was eating Vaseline, literally on video, like it was a bunch of cheeseburgers, like gobbling Vaseline, crying. He later admitted he was depressed and what have you, and then obviously because of that, the level of awareness with, issues of mental health came in the fold, and so that's nothing to joke about or to be disrespectful about. As it pertains to him and his support of Kyrie Irving, I can understand it. Stephon Marbury was on 5 different NBA teams. Stephon Marbury was somebody that was considered an incredible, tremendous talent who had leadership issues when he was in the NBA. And so it seems more than apropos that he would come to the support of a Kyrie Irving. Here's my point about Kyrie Irving that I would ask Stephon Marbury and them to remember. And by the way, you don't have to bring up the fact that I balled, because I couldn't shine Stephon Marbury's shoes as a basketball player. When they were talking about Felipe Lopez and all of that stuff, Stephon Marbury was the big-time player out of New York City. He was sensational. And Kyrie Irving is sensational. I don't even belong in the mention in the same breath as them. I'm a journalist, a reporter, a commentator. That's where my stuff lies.
I'm a comedian, because your ass is funny with that goofy shit.
In the same breath as y'all. But I'm a grown ass man, and I'm a black man, and I've watched people like yourself in these positions where you can be leaders, and you elect to take a pass.
So you see, you be a leader. Who the hell? Bro, let's keep it going, bro.
And that is what I am accusing Kyrie Irving of doing. And let's go down the list. You're in Cleveland. You're playing with the great LeBron James.
I knew it.
You can't get along with him. You decide to ask out of it. You transfer to Boston because you threatened Cleveland that you would not be willing to play if they didn't move you. You go to Boston, and what do? They go to the finals they go to the Eastern Conference Finals without you because you get hurt. You come back the next year and things are a bit discombobulated. You apologize to LeBron James, saying that you didn't realize what he was talking about at the time because...
Come on, man. That man apologized. And to clean it up. That's just like young man stuff, your ego. We go through that in life. Your ego get the best of you, then you apologize. For him to apologize as a real man shit, though. So that's between them. What the hell you talking about?
It was a leadership issue, okay? You ultimately end up departing out of Boston. After promising Boston fans I would stay there, okay, if you'll have me, and then you get up and leave. You end up going to Brooklyn. You're there the first year because KD ain't with you because he tears his Achilles. You only play 20 games. Then the next year you come and you get hurt right before the season is halted because of a pandemic. During the summertime, before play was to be resumed, you're encouraging players to put themselves in a position where billions of dollars would cost them billions of dollars if they were to sit up there and not play in the bubble, because the players, the NBA owners would have ripped up the CBA agreement because they were losing so much money. It would have rendered all contracts null and void, and then you would have had to start all over. You
see, it's a money cash grab. Niggas was in the bubble to make money because the NBA was losing money. So Stephen A., even you on your platform, nigga, you would have lost money if you can't report the damn games. So that's the real shit right there, bro. Stop
public
playing
with
it.
that proclamation without talking to CP3 and the leadership for the NBA Players Association. You go out on your own. Then, after that, you're gone for 10 months. I'm talking about Kyrie Irving, obviously. You're gone for 10 months. And in that 10-month span, once you come back, you play 7 games over a 2-week period and then say, I need a break for personal reasons. And then now here we are with the vaccine. I'm not an anti-vaxxer. I'm vaccinated, but I was nervous about it too. okay? I understand Kyrie's reservations. But when you go to an ICU unit and you see a bunch of black people in there, you understand that has been infected by the virus. When you think about pre-existing conditions that have plagued our community and what have you, and you see black people dying, you take...
You see how you say black people? You see, put it this on black people. It's people in general. It wasn't just black people. You see? This motherfucker's trying to paint the narrative of some coon shit. This is like a personal attack on Kyrie. Like, this is for the people that watch ESPN religiously. So you will believe this. Like, yeah, Kyrie did leave Cleveland. He did fuck up in Boston. He did this dip. You know what I'm saying? But that's basketball shit. This is some man in real life, like a human being shit. This is where this connection, this is where that's non and void. You can't tie that together. That's not the same thing, bro.
The position that I think I took. If you don't want to do that, that's fine. But my point is, you left Brooklyn hanging.
So
KD is
what the hell they say?
Is conditions that have plagued our community and what have you, and you see black people dying, you take the position that I think I took.
You take the position I took. He wanted him to follow him.
If you don't want to do that,
follow
that's
Stephen
fine.
A's league.
But my point is, you left Brooklyn hanging. So KD is there because of you, and James Harden is there to a degree because of you. But you're not there with them.
That's basketball shit. You see how he tied two together? See, Stephen A, you think you're slick with this, bro. But we already know you cooned out. You bashed this man's name in here a lot of times. You were just talking about Andrew Wiggins, and you were talking about Bradley Beal. And then you shied that narrative off of them back to Kyrie. Because Kyrie is the bigger name, the bigger superstar. Hence why you mad. Look at the damn headlines. Fierce Kyrie, all this nonsense.
And I'm saying, once again, this points to leadership. And last time I checked, that makes me disqualified because I've taken that position. It makes me disqualified to talk about this. Stephon Marbury.
This will get interesting.
I was a sports writer when you were in high school. You didn't say anything about me then. If Stephon Marbury has such a problem with my voice, why did you use my voice prominently on your own?
Yeah, that's that feminine shit coming up. Now you're getting, see, Stephen A has got his feelings hurt. Stephen A is a soft ass motherfucker. Just like goddamn Kwame Brown said. Use a soft goddamn puppet, bro. Come on.
Documentary, The Kid Out of Coney Island, that was aired on Netflix. Go look at Stephon Marbury's documentary and who's all over it. Why did you have these people come interviewing me about you and about how great you were if suddenly my voice was a problem? You see the inconsistency? You messing with the wrong brother, my brother.
Who the fuck sucks
I'm going to say what it is, and I mean what I say. I ain't selling out. I'm looking out.
Nigga said, I ain't selling out. I'm looking out. You been sold up. You been sold up. But we're going to end it right there. Y'all let me know what y'all think about this, man. Cam Newton could have took the stand like Kyrie Irving and represented for the people that are actually going through this in real life. But he chose to be like the other people, like Stephen A, pushing his agenda. Yeah, be a real hero. A hero to what standards? A hero to, just like Cam said, you can, you know what I'm saying, you can get that and then still have the risk of being just like you didn't have it at all. So, read between the lines of these agendas that they pushing. Peace and love to y'all. I'm going to come back at y'all with another one, bro.